So in this video, I am going to show you how to learn how to use the system. I'm not going to show you every step, but watch it all the way to the end, and you'll learn how to learn the system as you go. It means you can become useful in it very quickly. The first thing, though, that I want to tell you is that over time, we changed the color scheme on the videos. So some of the videos are from the old color scheme and they look differently, but don't panic. They all work the same. For example, this is a screenshot with some comments on it uh, from the old color scheme. You can see it's very bold, and quite honestly, it was shouting at people. This is the same screen. Well, it will be in a second. With the new color scheme, it still shows, and what we're looking at is an initiative, which is a key performance indicator or a project. Everything on it works exactly the same, but the background is white instead of green, and the colors for the milestones, brown is a milestone, and these are tasks. What this is a project. It's actually an implementation project that is created when you start an arena, which is that's the workspace for an organization. We call it an arena because it's a place where people need to perform. All right. But this is a project, and this project actually is where you will come to implement your arena if that is part of your duties. But you can see the color scheme is just quite a bit softer and more and different, but the sections are all exactly the same. All right. So let's go back to our first screen. And when you're looking at this, once you watch the video, you'll be able to click Go to My Adventure, and it'll bring you to your page. So let's take a look at this menu a little bit. Obviously, it's the home. Everybody knows what that is. Everywhere you see the graduation cap, it is either help or a something you can learn. And underneath the graduation cap on the main menu is this Business Run Better University. You can also go back to the introduction page we just left on there. The Business Run Better University is a page that it has tabs across the top, which that is extremely common on all pages. Look for the tabs across the top. And then these are different documents. It's the documentation system. And these links, most of them will open up in a new page for you. And then you can read, or most of them have videos to guide you through it. Okay, so that's the Success University, and it is underneath the graduation cap. Now to go back to where we were, you'll see there are two sets of menus here. One of them has your name. These are your personal things. My Focus Master, Day Master, Work Master, My Career, those types of things. And the next one has the organization that you signed up with, if that is exactly how you got in here. And you'll notice they are the same things. Focus Master, Day Master, all those types of things. That's because we believe that an organization and an individual need the same things to thrive. So they are treated very, very similar. The last one will show the name of the page you're on, and then most of the pages have this help for the page. And if you click it, it'll open up an iframe or a pop-up, and then there will be instructions about the page you're on. Sometimes it's a lengthy document because the page has that on it, and sometimes it's just a video tour, which is what this one is. So what you've learned is that you can work the menus. The menus are very similar, and you can get help about an individual page by going to that spot on the page. The reason that refresh page is there is on occasion it just makes browsers work better to refresh the page. So what you're looking at now is the Day Master page for you as an individual. If you follow the menus down, the Focus Master page is where and this is blank because I created it fictitious person and a fictitious company so that I could show people how to set these up as part of the training. This is where you decide what your purpose in life is, what your values are, what your vision is, your dreams, and about me, which is really nice because it gets shared with other people who are part of the organization, and that's very, very useful. That's the Focus Master. It's exactly the same. Focus Master for an organization is exactly the same. Okay. And you can learn about, again, you can learn about those pages by clicking the help for that page. And then there's Focus Masters where you decide who you are, what you are, what your values are, what you're going to, what your dreams are, those types of things. Day Master is where it'll show your task and your meetings. Now, for an individual, it is that individual's task. And these are tasks that were created when the arena was set up to help this person set up the arena and learn themselves and hopefully set up their own purpose and values and things along those lines. It may look like a lot, but don't worry about it. You just follow along. On these grids, most of the time, if the heading of a column is green, you can click it and it'll tell you what that column is about. When you're, and a lot of the times you can edit task and things along those lines. You don't have to edit the entire task. You can, if the edit is available, you just come over here and you can edit the entire task. When you're in a form like this, there are a lot of forms. Hover when you're looking at a field, if you hover over the question mark, it'll tell you about that field. And almost every field has that. When we're talking about tasks, they are very important and they are linked to many things. So you can link it to your arena. You can be members of multiple arenas, and an initiative that would be a project or a key performance indicator within that arena. A milestone is a milestone within that project. And then there are meetings, and you can relate tasks and should relate them as often as possible to a meeting. That helps with accountability. But you just go through when you're looking at a form. You don't have to know the whole form. Just follow it from top to bottom, left to right, and hover over the fields. And you'll figure it out 99% of the time. And take the time to fill them out as completely as possible, and the system will work drastically better. Being in a hurry in the short run usually costs you a lot in the long run. On these individual columns, you can almost always edit them by clicking the column. You don't have to edit the whole form. Some of them will show you something like this, and they'll have the clickable links. This is a notes field, and if you want to edit it, you open it up by clicking that drop down. But many of them, you just edit them on the spot. Like, I'm going to edit this date. And a matter of fact, I'm just going to take the date out for this one because I want to. And I can. So I'm going to get rid of that date. And I'll hit submit. And the date will go. And you'll see that that one actually moved from the bottom to the top because I took the date out of it because it's sorted by date. But you can change many things. If it's blank, you can't change it. Sometimes there'll be an inline edit up here. You'll have to toggle that on and off to edit it, but that's how it works. So I'm not going to show you every choice because you can go to a page and then get help for that page. But remember, use the green question marks. Use the help on the page, and to learn how to use the system, just work your tasks that it created when you were entered into the system. Follow them, write down, and you'll learn a lot. Don't be overwhelmed by it. And then just to take a look at it, if you happen to be creating and implementing a new arena, then you need to take a look at this project that's created for an arena. We looked at it a little bit earlier, But when you're implementing an arena, this is the project you'll be working out of. And there are videos and documents to help you all the way through it if you just follow the steps. And this may look like a lot of steps. However, this is for a full year and even longer. Some of these long-term success ones down there, you'll be doing over and over for a long period of time because they work. Don't get excited about it. And again, you'll see these first ones, they're begun, they're active. The brown things are a milestone. These are the tasks under that milestone. And as you watch the videos and go through, you'll learn that when the first milestone's done, you're going to, and by the way, milestones, you have to edit a milestone by editing the entire thing. But then you'll go on to the second one. You'll mark that one as fulfilled. You'll go to the second one and you'll complete those tasks. Just don't be overwhelmed. There's no reason to be, because we're going to guide you step by step the whole way. All right, so that's how you learn as you go, and it works.